Benz, but we dipping in Durangos. Go with your move, we pop your ass and get your name known. And that's a fact, that nigga mad because his man's gone.
Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be revisiting The Dirt. The Dirt is based on a book, a bio book about Motley Crue. If you guys don't know, I listen to all music, I love all music, and one of my favorite rock bands is Motley Crue. A little history on The Dirt. If you guys have watched the film, if you guys watched my original review, you know The Dirt came out about a few months ago, I think around like April or May. And a little history on the film, The Dirt. The Dirt took a long time to actually find a home. I think originally, if I'm not mistaken, Paramount was supposed to put it out. Then they they canned it or something like that. Because Nikki Sixx, the bass of Motley Crue, has talked heavily about The Dirt. This is something that was in development. Like when the book came out, that's when this was started to be in development. We finally got The Dirt a few months ago. I love this film. It's a really solid biopic, and I think it doesn't get enough appreciation and enough credit. And it's just a really good biopic about Motley Crue. If you're a fan of Motley Crue, I think you're going to enjoy this. You know, you do have to understand, you know, it's a movie, it's not a book. They had to cut corners. They had to add stuff in there that wasn't in the book or really didn't happen, you know. They had to cut some corners. They had to add some stuff in there because it's a movie, you know what I mean? Like, it's a movie, you know. There's some decades that I wish they would have put in there for sure, you know, because I am a Motley Crue fan, as I said. And I wish there was some, you know, more elements would have put in there, some, you know, like, some things go a little bit more longer. You know what I mean? Like, let the decades go a little bit more longer and explore some more decades. I would love to have a decade where they started making the Saints of Los Angeles album and stuff like that. But I think this biopic is perfect. I really don't. You could say that's a negative, but it's not. I have nothing but positives. I think the casting choices of Tommy Lee, Vince, Mick, and Nikki, perfect. And they are believable. People say that this doesn't feel like a believable band in this movie. The acting makes you really feel like this is Motley Crue. Like, this really is Motley Crue. And I think that is very believable in this film. Some people say, oh, it's not. You're nitpicking. you know what I mean? Like, at a certain point, you just nitpicking about something. And you know, you really just need to appreciate this film. And I wish, again, more people would appreciate this film. You know, you get the basics. You know, I really want to read the book, by the way. But I know about the book. You know, I've heard about the book and stuff. And I know a lot about Motley Crue. You know, you get the basics of what Nikki's life was like. You get the basics of what Vince's life was. You get the basic. You basically get everyone's, you know, little synopsis. And I think it's a good little synopsis, you know, like I said, you get Nikki, you get Vince, etc. You get their, like, little synopsis in there, and I think it works. In my opinion, it works. And I thought, again, not enough people give this, you know, appreciation. I think they do a good job because they do show, they do recreate some of the music videos, like behind the scenes and stuff. I think they do a really good job by recreating, you know, a lot of these music videos to a point where it looks just like Motley Crue, you know. And two, again, you really do have to give it up to, you know, the guy, you know, to these guys who portray these band members, and even to the costume department as well, and to the writing and the, you know, the director and executive producers, and even Netflix. You have to really give it up for them because you really feel like you're really on this ride with Motley. You know, you really feel like you're on this ride with Motley Crue from start to finish. Like, you really feel like you're on the ride, and there's some really emotional stuff in this film that still touches you. This is, I think, my third or fifth time watching it, and yeah, there's like this one emotional scene in there. It still touches me, you know what I mean? And more people need to give The Dirt more appreciation. Again, I think it's directed very well. I think it's written very well. The cinematography is good. I think the music is good. They could have a little bit more concert shots in there, but again, it's perfect. You know, again, I understand they have to cut corners, etc., to make it a pretty good runtime. You know, you need that, you know, especially like in a biopic, you know, you need that sweet spot of a runtime. And I think this, you know, is a really solid biopic about Motley Crue. And I'm so glad that Netflix was the one that put this film out, because Netflix lets you do almost anything you want. And this movie, The Dirt, is no holds bars. It's all in your face, and it's just a fun ride. Like, again, if you like Motley Crue, if you like rock music, you just love music in general, you love the industry of all music, really, this is gonna be really right up your alley. So, my final thoughts on The Dirt: this is a very well made, very solid, well made, a biopic about one of the greatest rock bands in history. And I will say that one of the greatest rock bands in history, you know, and, you know, Motley Crue's legacy lives on, you know, and this film shows it. That, you know, this film is really a capsule, if you will, you know. To me, that's really what it is, and that's a good thing, you know. To me, that's what The Dirt really is a capsule, you know, of all the important decades, of all the important moments from the book, and just, you know, from their life, basically, into this one film. And I think it's pretty solid. So, if you have Netflix, I recommend you checking out The Dirt, because it's a very well-made biopic, very solid film, but I do say so myself. So that was the revisiting of The Dirt. I still give this film a 10 out of 10. I mean, that's my opinion. I'm not going to sit here and nitpick, because I don't see nothing to nitpick about. You may, sure, but I don't see nothing to nitpick about. And that's my opinion only, and I will always give The Dirt a 10 out of 10. So if you did enjoy the video, smack that like button, please subscribe, and hit that bell, and we'll catch everyone in the next video.